The first half was an absolute debacle. I didn't like our energy, I didn't like our toughness. I thought we weren't well coached, we didn't execute. We didn't look like a connected team. I was very disappointed in our mental approach, and that starts with me. Second half, I was really proud of the grit of our players. We positioned ourselves. As poorly as we played, we got to do a better job not giving away possessions, meaning empty points from the foul line. I really thought we played the brand that we want to play in the second half. I was really proud of our crowd. I thought our crowd played a major part of our comeback, but the game was lost in the first half. You know, you play against a team like that with a culture of which Jay has built. It's really hard to come back from 2022, you know, when you're missing shots, missing free throws. I thought our defense was great in the second half. We gave up 1-3. Their first 12 points is what they do. They had four threes, and that gave them a lot of confidence. I thought we were stagnant offensively. You know, we'll do a better job with our offense, and hopefully over this next week that we're off, before we go to Georgetown, we'll do that. I thought Makai played great. I thought he played his best college game. Really stepped up, really proud of him. But sometimes, you know, you just can't get lucky. You can't give those away. You got to give, you know, Villanova a lot of credit. Coming in this place with this environment, you know, getting the win, it really tells you how good they are. But we'll have an opportunity again, you know. Very disappointed that we lost our first 2 games of the season in our building. Very, very disturbing on that. But at the end of the day, I have to do a better job with this group, and I'll hold myself accountable for it. So on to the next game, and we'll try our best when we play Georgetown.
Do you think it was more kind of mentally getting punched right away with the free threes, or just your offense in the first half?
I think a combination of both, Kevin. Actually, they had 4 threes, and it's the known. We always talk about the known. You know, there are 2 knowns that we know are Booth and Pascal. I thought their role players, Samuel, I thought Schweider. I mean, I think they may have combined for, I don't know, 12 or 13 points. I don't know what it was, but you know, they didn't even play in the last game against DePaul. So those were big baskets that they gave them. Big, big, big baskets. Our offense in the last couple of games, you're not going to win a lot of games in the league, you know, at 59 points and 60 some odd that we had the last one, especially at home.
But the known next 2 weekends in a row, obviously Creighton was a 3-point shooting team, and they made a lot of threes. How disturbing is that?
Well, it was disturbing for, you know, the first 20 minutes. I mean, you know, they ended up making 7, and they started out 4 for 5, I believe. I think they made 6 in the first half. So the mental approach to that in the second half, I think we did a much better job on urgency, and hence we missed a lot of wide open shots that normally we make.
Makai, can you talk about the final possession?
I didn't see a wide open lane to the basket, and I knew time was running down.
I should have called the timeout, honestly. When I saw that he was thinking of what to do, that's on me. I should have called the timeout. I had somebody on the floor call the timeout. There were probably 12 seconds left when our first initial thrust to the basket that we had a set call for. When he pulled it back out, that's coaching. I did a really bad job at that. That's on me. That's not on Makai.
Ed, how important, you know, you did some lineup switching before the start of the second half to get a defensive tone going, and then kind of see.
It was about I wanted to play the toughest dudes in that locker room. I don't give a damn what position you play. If you can't be tough, that's our culture. You can't be prideful, and you're just going to be out there being soft. You're never going to play at Providence College. I don't give a damn who you are. That's that message. If you can't play hard and sacrifice yourself for your team, you might as well transfer, because that ain't working here.
What were you looking for in that last stretch?
That last stretch, we were trying to go with some quick action to try to either score it quick and press and foul, or, you know, we have a couple design looks to try to get some early threes. And to their credit, the lane got swallowed up. And once that happened, we pulled the ball out, and that's when I should have called the timeout. I mean, we practiced that a lot, late game situations. You know, I've said this from the beginning, I'm really concerned with our group late game execution in close games. Normally in the past, our teams have done a really good job closing out games like this. But, you know, it's the frustration of development. It really is. But I'm proud of the group, you know, that we could have folded easily. You know, we could have easily folded, but our group showed some resilient attitude, and, you know, it's a credit to our group, but it's more of a credit to Villanova and what they were able to do in here. You know, they came in, you know, they took it to us the first 20 minutes, and that was the game.
kind of just the confidence that you had in making some shots. Obviously, you guys had a lot of trouble making shots, but offensively you were good. Just where did that come from?
My teammates obviously gave me the confidence. They always tell me in practice when we do a one-more drill, you get the ball, you want more to somebody. They always tell me to knock it down. So it felt the same way in the game today.
Makai, how have you embraced the opportunity with more minutes, in the past couple of games?
One more time.
So the past couple of games you've gotten extended minutes. How have you embraced that opportunity? Obviously, it showed, as Coach said, you played the best game today.
The coaches always tell us to take advantage of every opportunity because you don't know what's going to happen. There might be injuries or somebody might not be playing good. So I told coaches I'll always be ready for any opportunity they put in front of me.
The last possession didn't go as you planned. How confident are you that you and your team can bounce back after that?
We'll bounce back, I'll answer that. That's not for him. He's a player, I'm the coach. That's not for him. We'll figure it out. We've been in this position before. We still got 16 more regular season games before they send us home. We'll figure it out, bro. Honestly, that's not a question for a player. That's my job.
Ed?
Coach, you've had, with the schedule, you had 10 days off after the Texas game, where you guys played real well. Then you had a little bit of a break between Creighton and today. Now you go a week until Georgetown. How much is the schedule, these layoffs, hurting your opportunity to build some momentum and cohesiveness?
Quite frankly, I'm embracing the layoff. When you got a young team, you want that. It's the Big East. Nobody scouts like we do in our league. You know what I mean? The coaches are great. The players are tough. It's a different scouting, if that makes sense. The guys that used to play, all these kids have played against each other, and particularly in the Northeast area, Villanova, Seton Hall, St. John's. We kind of know each other, so we know their tendencies. It's a different scouting. We know when a kid is going to, go to the bathroom before he shoots. We do an extensive scouting, and it shows. It really shows. But I know it feels like it's the end of the world, and it does. Losing it's unacceptable, but at the same time, we have to have an understanding of process of development. And that's the frustrating part we, the coaching staff, go through. But we have to be the adults in this situation, knowing that our players gave it up. We may not have come out strong, but we finished strong, and that's what I'm going to go off of. We'll have an opportunity to bounce back. That's why it says next game on your schedule. Until that doesn't happen, we're going to have an opportunity to win games.
Any more questions?
Thanks.